I do believe it's true. I believe that our homelessness in Madison has increased, and I think there are a number of factors for it. I would look at our substance abuse growing problem as a factor, and I think that contributes to homelessness. The closing of the Victoria Inn contributed, particularly downtown, and I'm concerned maybe the most for the children who are caught up in this and are victims of neglect and worse. I would like to point out that the City of Madison is addressing it in a form through valiant work by some of our not-for-profit agencies like the Salvation Army, our very strong churches, and the Boys and Girls Club, places like that that open up options for people when it gets too hot or too cold so that they don't, lose their lives. I got a call last night from a friend in Madison because I hosted a community conversation on homelessness in July of this year at Fireman's Park. And this person was at that community conversation. We had over 100 people on an extremely hot night, but people really care about this, and it was an opportunity to exchange ideas and suggestions for that. It's become a public safety issue. It's become a public health issue. And at that community conversation meeting, where we had a panel of a police officer, someone who runs a homeless shelter in Jeffersonville, and a former homeless person who had worked her way to self-sufficiency, as well as representatives of our Salvation Army. This person was there and reached out to me last night because we had a homeless person that was able to get a bed in Ohio County near us, but needed transportation. We were able to get that worked out, and so that person was given a bed. The homeless shelter in Jeffersonville tells us that they take 30 to 35 people a year from Madison because we don't have a homeless shelter. I'd like to be clear that I don't think the city has the funds or the know-how to build a homeless shelter. I don't rule that out for someone else to do, but I don't think that the City of Madison can take that on as our regular responsibility. I think that we can be of help in helping to support the local not-for-profits that are already working on the topic right now. And I think that we can try very hard to obtain nearby recovery options for those impacted by substance abuse that want to work toward their recovery and find a place for their children while they're getting through that. But I would like to say that part of the reason of our homeless shelter is a state and national effort to close mental health hospitals. We're a mental health desert. Here in Jefferson County, we have one certified mental health professional for every 1,500 people. We've been designated as a mental health desert. And the state and national policies of closing mental health beds and facilities have trickled down to the local areas. We're not the only one with this problem and contributed greatly to our problem of homelessness. I'll work on it tirelessly because I think about it a lot, and we do have many people in our community that care very much.